Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Anybody that's new, welcome. So today we are going to do an Easter basket out of tumbling tower blocks. It's more one of the ones that stand up. I've seen a few over the last couple years, and recently a lot of people are asking me if I can make an Easter style one. So since I've never made it, I don't know who the original creator is. I've seen so many. I've seen one with bowls, and you'll see what I mean, and you obviously know by the picture. So we are going to be using the tumbling tower blocks from Dollar Tree. If you can't find them in your local store, talk to one of the associates, managers. Some of them are pretty good and will let you know when they come in. Maybe you can give me your phone number or they can text you. You can also order online if you're in the US. Certain stores don't deliver to your local store for free. You'd have to check online for that. If you sign up for dollartree.com website, they do send you a newsletter every once in a while, and they do give you 50% off shipping. Here in Canada, we only can buy in store, and I'm fortunate enough to know the locals. A lot of my stores know me, so whenever I need them, I'm able to get them. I'd suggest using a strong glue. I don't suggest using at all hot glue for any Jenga block work unless you're just gluing 2 or 3 pieces together, but then they don't seal properly when you glue them together and usually have little hairs that stick out, and they don't last for too long. If you do smaller ones like little maybe coasters, but my preference is Well Bond, but you can use DT wood glue. I've never seen it in my local stores. I've had fellow crafters that use it. Nikki, fellow crafter, says Hobby Lobby carries Well Bond. You can buy it at Walmart. It's just my preference of glue, but any wood glue, like even Gorilla Glue, would work as well. So I'm going to use one of these trays. It's just a garden dish from DT as a marker to go around it. And at the end, as we go along, because I'm not sure how many blocks we're gonna do, honestly, I'm just gonna wing this. So I am gonna go a little bit slower in this video, just so everybody can catch on. I have not pre-glued anything in this video, so I apologize if it's a little bit longer. We're gonna start off with the blocks going around it. And I put a little mark here, just with some chalk, one of the chalk pens, just so I know it's like a clock. So the 12 and 6, and you don't want to put the blocks too close together, and you just want a little space in between them, and you're just going to go like this. So I think it is starting with, I was counting 8, and I'm just going to double check that in a second once I get these placed. And you just want them to go around the bowl. And I thought I'd use something that all of you guys can find just for count wise for the blocks. I'm just going to go along here, and I think up here. So we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 16. Once we get to the top part of the clock, I'm going to call it the clock, we are just going to make sure all these that they're pretty much close to each other, but not touching all the way around. And I think that's pretty good. I'm gonna do the ones right up here so that we make a V, just like that. Just gonna grab my box here. Now, we haven't glued anything together. I'm just gonna put a bunch of blocks as we go. I think this one, just don't want to stick my head under the camera. So I think that looks pretty comparable. And for some reason, I think it's a little bit more loppy on one side. Okay, so the next part is we're going to take blocks and we're going to start at the bottom. We're going to glue some. I got a film on my glue. I'm gonna glue a little bit there. Oh, I can't remember if I told you my name's Debbie, the Crafty shopper. I do get a lot of people on Facebook reporting me because they say I'm stealing Crafty shopper's design, and I'm taking credit for her work. Anyways, so you're gonna put the middle block and you're just gonna keep gluing on the other side. And you're just gonna go in between the blocks and you're just gonna go around. We're gonna keep them center on top. We're not gonna make them go in more. And you're just gonna go like this all the way around. I'm just gonna stop the camera and finish all the way around. All right, now that we finished that up, so the first row on the bottom, whoop, not gonna move it. I did move it. The first row going around was 16. And then the next row that we did up was 15 all the way around. And then we are gonna just keep, we're not gonna add anything here. We're just gonna go down. And this time it's going to be 14 blocks. So we're gonna go that way. Oh, I got a little bit of glue there. You wanna keep them straight on. Next row, or sorry, next one. And you're just gonna go around. So it's gonna be kind of angled out. And this next third row that we're doing around is gonna be 14 blocks. Now that we have 3 rows up, we're gonna go with another row and it's gonna be 13. And we're gonna just start it. So it's wherever the hole opening between the blocks, we're just gonna make sure it's kind of straight on there. So then you can see it kind of step-like. And you're just gonna keep going, adding another one. All the way around till you get up to here. Now we're gonna do the next row and we're gonna do 12 and we're just gonna keep, we're gonna start where we finished off last and just put it here. And we're just gonna keep it directly on top. And you're just gonna see, we got the steps going up. So we're on the 5th row up. And then you're just gonna fill in where the rest up to here. All right, we're gonna do one more row up and we're gonna start at 11. So as you're going down, you'll notice that it's less blocks by 1. And you're just gonna keep it straight on top as you go. And then my suggestion is leaving this overnight to glue, to dry, only because you wanna make sure it's solid. And I know even Wellbond probably in about 4 hours will be good to move around, but you wanna make sure that you follow the directions on the bottle of your glue, just right on the back. It will tell you the proper amount of time to let it glue. Now, this one does say 24 hours, but in my experience with all the block builds I have done, that by tomorrow morning, which is probably about 12, 13 hours, it will be good to move around, because we're still gonna add blocks to this, but we're gonna do something a little bit, add a couple more blocks, but we're gonna just switch it around. And then we're gonna be able to paint it afterwards. All right, so I left it overnight. I'm just gonna lift this right out. Right before I went to bed, I did do just a little drop of glue of Wellbond in the corner just to attach these two, and it is solid. So we're gonna add to the other side now. So I'm just gonna recap. The line, the very bottom one was 16. Then we did 15, then the 14, the 13, the 12, and the 11. We're gonna flip this over and we're gonna do the other side exactly the same as the other side with starting, so this one was 15. So we're gonna go back on this side now. I'm not gonna glue as I'm on the camera, but we're gonna go back and do the exact same as we did on the other side, building it out, but the same going down in steps. So then you'll end up going with, once you do a couple layers, you'll end up with 11 blocks where you stop there. All right, now that it's dry, looks like this. And you can see both sides. Now I stopped at 11 blocks and 11 blocks, but as you can see in the inside, I want it a little bit wider, so I'm gonna go ahead and add another 10 blocks all the way around on both sides. Now that I have it all glued together, I'm gonna go over, so the total amount of blocks is 166. When you are gluing them on top, try to keep them every second block underneath it straight, and it goes the exact same way when you're gluing it on. Just has a neater finish to it. So we started off with the middle one and did the first side was 16 blocks, 15 blocks, 14, 13, 12, 10, and 11 blocks. When we flipped it over, we went 14, 13, 12, 11, hold on, sorry, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, and 10. So makes a nice look to it. It was a lot easier than I thought, as I don't know, not that I wanted to make one of these before, but I'm more about the decor inside, that I think it'll look really good with this. I after thinking, when I was putting it together, I was thinking about, wow, you know what? I see a lot of unfinished, no paint or nothing with them. And I thought afterwards, and I was like, I don't know why nobody ever paints them. But then I thought about all the little holes in there that you got to do, but I'm still going to do it anyways. Put some music on, make myself a tea, and paint away. I am just going to use the gel stain. I don't think you'll need as much coat. You'll just need probably one coat of gel stain. And I think the gel stain is going to turn out really, really well on it. All right, so I let it dry overnight with the stain. It turned out really well. It only took me not even half an hour. Now, I didn't go into all the cracks near the bottom or anything like that, only because that's going to be filled with stuff. In the sides, I just did the top ones, and I did them really quick, but just it's more of a rustic-y kind of look. So I was happy with the way it turned out. Now we're going to add 2 blocks on the bottom, just because it is round and it's a little off, just so that it doesn't tip over, and you don't want anything that you put in there to fall over. You're just going to take 2 blocks, and you're going to play around with it just on the bottom and making sure that this is upright. And this will just help it keep it solid. And then I'll just remove it once you find out where you want the block placement underneath. And that just seems right there. Just take it off, put some glue, and put it right back on. Once it is glued on there, I am just going to add some more stain to it, to the bottom pieces. Now that I'm finished, I did put the bottom pieces on, and you will notice that they don't glue on 100%. They're more just glued on part of the blocks, but it is solid. If you let it dry enough, it's solid enough that it's not going to tip over at all. Now we're going to put some, sorry, I got this little foam, floral foam dusty stuff on me. We're going to put some fluoroform inside so we can poke some flowers and stuff like that in there. I cut a piece already, but I'm going to show you. I want to stick my head underneath. So I just made a line. And I just put a line here. Then I just took an X-Acto knife. This is just a floral form from DT. And I end up cutting it just like that with a big long knife. Now it does fit. There's still a little bit extra. So I just had an extra piece in my stash of little pieces, and I'm just gonna hot glue them together. Once you have it cut, you can put it, glue it to the bottom of the basket. Mine's not perfect, it's open there, but we're gonna do some filler later. I'm actually making a white one and using a different method than stain and paint, and I'm going to show you after while I when we get to that one. When this one's done, I'll show you the white one that I do. This is just a floral form. I like to go to Dollarama. It's a store here in Canada. It's similar to, I would put it a mix in between Dollar Tree and Dollar Tree Plus, just because it is a little bit more. There's nothing over $5 in Dollarama, but they do have sometimes a little bit better selection, and sometimes you pay like 50 cents to $1 more, and especially for the floral picks. I like their floral picks there. They're just a lot more selection than my local DT. So I bought one of these and I've already cut it, and I'm just gonna place it, and I wanna do it in the back part of the basket. All right, I end up using 2 to fill out. I wanted it more full in the back. I had some extra from the Jenga block plant stand. I did two tutorials ago. I'm gonna stick these right in the middle. I might have to adjust them. I'm gonna stick this one right here and right here. I'm gonna adjust them after. I'm gonna use the bunny butt. It's not called the bunny butt, it's called the bunny tail pick, but that's what everybody's calling it on social media, is the bunny butt. I already cut the stick on it. I'm gonna stick it more close to the front where the feet kind of hang over. I don't know. And I might have to go a little bit further. Just like that. I'm gonna add some carrots, cut them just in half with a knife, just on either side like that. I'm gonna get those glued on before we do a couple more things before we're done. So now that I got those glued in, I'm not sure if I want to add a little bit more flowers. I'm not there yet. I know I do have something for the top, but I think I'm gonna just add the reindeer moss, and it's easy just to poke a few more plants or flowers in there. So I'm just gonna hot glue some all the way around the bunny butt and the carrots and down on the front. All right, so I added the moss, and I did add a couple extra little pieces I had from the bouquet of tulips from Dollar Tree. I just wanted a little bit more pink in there. I think it turned out really good. I want to add a couple more things. Like I said, I was going to do a couple more things on top, but I am just going to leave that for the white one we're going to do right after this one. I do want to add a little sign. Now I'm going to show you the one. So I just grabbed one of the chalkboard tag clipboards with the clothespins on the back. I just pulled one off with just with pliers, and then I added another stick onto it, and it's actually just a skewer from DT. You can use one of the wood dowels as well, and just use my I just have a white eye pencil. I find it's very fine and thin, that it's better to use something a little thinner, especially when you're writing on there. You can use paint if you're really good at painting to put on there. You don't have to put the sign. I am just gonna put it right behind near the bunny butt. I'm probably gonna adjust it when I can see over it. Another thing that I want to add here is I wanted to add some little lettering. So I took some jute rope from DT and some Scrabble pieces. Now these are my Scrabble pieces, just random ones that I have. Now in the letters tiles from Dollar Tree, you only get 26. I have a mix of a couple packs in here, plus the board game I actually had. So there's a two-toned, and then I couldn't obviously find that, and then you run out of vowels. And so I ordered some from Temu, and it came in a really big pack, and there was lots of, when I was pulling them out to do the one for this already, there was a lot of vowels in there, which is good. And I find it's pretty comparable with Temu to get the bigger package than buying separate packages of 26, because then you only get one of each letter. And all I did was hot glue, and I just put Happy Easter. I just hot glue. I don't know why it's all being silly. Oh, this piece is coming off. I'm gonna have to fix that one. Oh, that's why. Oh, they all flipped over there. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna hot glue that one back on. If I do it there. And I just want to do the placement on it right about there, just so you don't see so much of the green reindeer moss. And I'm just going to hot glue this, and I'm going to do it upright so that it hangs. I know where it hangs nicely. And I'm just going to hang it right there. And I just thought that's just a nice little extra thing for it. I'm going to grab, hot glue these on. And then we are going to move on to the white one like this. And we're going to do something just a little bit different. I'm going to show you how the white really turned out on it. I'm pretty excited to show you how that one turned out with the white on it. But I'm going to get this glued on and we're going to start on the next one. All right, so I'm going to show you the other one upright when I'm done this one. This one's just going to be fast. Exact same build, 168 blocks. 166 blocks on top and the 2 on the bottom for 168 blocks in total. It's the exact same build. I wanted to do a little bit of different color, so I was doing it on the side. I wanted to try spray paint after I started doing a couple coats of white inside. I said this is going to take too long. Spray paint did really good because when you spray it actually goes in parts of the cracks. I did do several coats. I'm going to probably 6 or 7 coats, and I let it dry evenly. Drying time like a couple hours in between, and then sometimes I forgot I was doing that, and then I did another coat. But I think it turned out really well. The Rust-Oleum, the Satin Blossom White, it's like the paint and primer. Thought it was really great, and my first time using it on a Jenga block build. I'm especially when you're doing such a paint job like this in between the cracks. Now, any little cracks that I did have, I just used paint and went with a little brush. More so around the top here and the sides as the bottom, because you're not going to see the bottom as well. So I concentrated more on the sides. I wanted to do on top with some floral picks, and I didn't do that one quite on the other one just because there was lots happening on the inside of the other one. This one's going to be a little bit more simple and more neutral. And I just love these Magnolia picks that I found from DT. I love the green, how it's just a washed out look, especially with the white. It's not 100% coverage. I'd say I could have probably did a couple more coats to totally white, make it, you couldn't see the grain. There's just a little pieces of the grain going through, and it's just going to look really beautiful when we're done. So I have 2 of these picks, and the ideas that I wanted to do was near the top and having the green go down the side is just having a nice full look with the green and the white, and I think it's just going to look really nice. I am just going to cut all these little pieces off, and I'm just going to hot glue them all around, and I'm going to play around, so I am going to do it obviously off camera until I get the look that I'm after. Now that I have it on, I just wanted to show you, I did both the flowers in the front, little viney one on the side. I did hot glue the little picks, the green ones, underneath facing down, and 2 on the back, and the other little pieces of those 2 Mongolian picks I just did on the side, and the 2 little flowers just to cover up the hot glue from gluing the other stuff on. Now I want to add a little bit more green down the side, just a little bit fuller, and just another floral greenery pick from Dollar Tree. And I just cut little pieces off here, and I'm just going to hot glue 2 extra on the other side just to make it a little bit more fuller on each side. All right, the next thing I want to do is I want to put a little fence just in the back. It's not a tall one. You can get these chipboard shapes and just the Dollar Tree fence. And it comes in 6 pieces, and you're going to paint 2 of them white on both sides. And I'm just going to glue over top of one. I'm going to do it right here. You're just going to overlap right on. The best thing about this one, it is, could have used the wood ones that DT has, the bigger ones. It's just you can't cut them. That's the only problem. With these, because they're cardboard, you can cut them. And you can flip this over on the back and you can just hot glue it and keep the middle part. I'm going to do a touch up just once I have it glued on with the paint on here, just a few spots that I missed. And you're just going to go along and you're just going to cut along the edges on the side here and on the side there. And then I'm going to hot glue it right on the back, and then I'm just going to touch it up with the glue. All right, so I glued it on the back and I just gave it another quick coat of white paint. This is the back side. I'm going to turn it over, and now here is the front. I did add just extras that I still had from the one part of filling it in a little bit, so I had just put 2 in the back just to add a little bit more green to it, and I just hot glued it down. Now on the inside, I just wanted to keep it simple, and Dollar Tree came in with these rabbits, and obviously this is not the color I was doing for this one, but I just wanted to show you. So they came in baby blue, pink, and I believe yellow. I didn't grab the yellow. I grabbed these 2 to use them. I was still probably gonna use them for a different project, but I tried actually painting one on the blue one, and the paint didn't go on so well. I could have bought spray paint and just spray painted. It would have probably worked too, because I wanted a green rabbit. Could have probably just used some floral moss and cut it up fine and painted and then went over, because the paint's not saturating right through to the foam. That's the problem why it wasn't really working. But I did go to Michael's, and Michael's had a buy one get one free, and I found this green bunny and I just had to have him. I thought he was really cute. So in the US, here in Canada, it was $9.99 plus I got a free bunny, or whatever else equivalent to that price. And it says in the US was $6.99. And this was the other bunny I got from Michael's, because I didn't know what color I wanted to put in here, but I just really like this one. So this one will be on the other side. I'll have to have a bunny party. So I want to put him right in there. And he's gonna hang for a bit on the side there because he's not upright. And I'm just gonna keep him on the side. And I tried playing around with some Spanish moss in there, and I didn't like it. It was too stringy and I didn't find it. It was very, very fine, and I didn't particularly like it. So I'm gonna use some decorative shred, and it's just the natural color paper that I think that'll work really well inside there. So I'm gonna fill it right on the bottom. I'm gonna glue the bunny down and put some of the shred down. And I had these eggs in my little crafting, I shouldn't say little, big crafting stash that I was looking through. And I just like the really neutral colors of them. I'm just gonna put 4 little eggs around the bottom on top of the shred. And I'm gonna use 2 of each. 2 in each side of the bunny. I'm just gonna cut the little strings off, and then I'm gonna show you what it looks like finished, plus as well as the first build we did as well. All right, everybody, here's the first one. I think it turned out super cute. If you notice, I did take the banner off after I had it on. I just thought there was something about it that I didn't like on it, and I just thought that it looked much better without. You could totally switch everything up. I'm excited to see what everybody's gonna come up with their own basket, and I'm just gonna switch over now to the white one. Now here's the white one. I think it turned out pretty nice. If you guys ever want to see a better picture, you can actually look on my Crafty shopper page. I do post all my pictures there that you can see. And if you ever need help, you're more than welcome to ask me and message me there if you don't want to put a message in the comments below. Which one do you like better? Do you like the second one, or do you like the first one? I'm just gonna put that one there. Please give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Happy crafting, and see you soon. Bye.